What the Heart Conceals, An Unexpected Encounter. Place: Los Angeles Airport. Emily Harper looked at her watch for the fifth time in 10 minutes. Her flight to New York was an hour late, and the waiting room was full of frustrated people. She, however, was too busy reviewing her presentation on the tablet to notice the commotion around her. Her boss had given her the opportunity of his life, to present an international campaign before the country's most important investors. What he didn't know was that delayed flight would change the course of his life. "Excuse me. I'm sorry, are you busy?" a male voice asked. Emily looked up. A tall man, with a perfectly trimmed beard and green eyes that seemed to observe everything, looked at her with a smile. "Mabel." "No. Adelante respondió, apartando su bolso. Soy Ryan." Emily. During the following 40 minutes, they talked about everything, from books to films and trips. Ryan turned out to be an architect, with his own firm in Boston, and he also traveled to New York for work. Emily felt comfortable, as if she knew him from before. There was something in his way of listening that made her lower the guard. "Do you believe in coincidences?" he asked her before boarding. "No, but I do believe in connections." They smiled. A date among skyscrapers. Place: terrace of a restaurant in Manhattan. After the flight, each one went their own way, but Ryan couldn't help but send her a message. "Dinner tomorrow? I promise not to talk about architecture." She accepted. The restaurant had an incredible view of skyline. Emily wore a navy blue dress, and her hair was pulled back in a low ponytail. Ryan, in a white shirt and dark jeans, seemed unable to take his eyes off her. "Do you always travel alone?" he asked. "Almost always. It's easier than coordinating with someone who always changes their mind." "And your boyfriend?" Emily looked down. "There isn't one. I fell in love once and it didn't end well. Since then, I prefer not to risk it." Ryan didn't insist, but his eyes showed a mixture of curiosity and tenderness. She changed the subject, laughing nervously. However, something about him disarmed her, and although none he said aloud, the attraction was evident. Ghosts of the past. Place: Central Park. Days later, they strolled among the golden paths of the park, covered by autumn leaves. Ryan, before, "Es de que esto avance más." "There is something I need to tell you," said Emily, stopping. He looked at her silently. 3 years ago I was engaged. His name was Jared. He cheated on me with my best friend, and since then I don't trust easily." Ryan nodded, without judging her. "I was married 5 years ago. My wife died in an accident. I never thought I could feel anything again, until now. Both. They carried wounds, but for the first time in years, they spoke of them without fear." The unexpected turn. Place: Emily's office, New York. The relationship blossomed. Dates, messages, calls. They seemed to be facts one for the other. But then, the unexpected happened. One afternoon, while Emily was preparing a report, she received a notification. New mail. Jared Miller. She opened it trembling. Her ex was asking her, in the second opportunity. "I was in New York, and I wanted to see her, just to talk." Against her instincts, she agreed to meet him, in a nearby cafe. "I haven't been able to forget you," said Jared, taking her hand. "You destroyed me," Emily whispered, trying to maintain her composure. "I know I failed you, but I've changed." At that moment, someone entered the cafe. Ryan. He stopped upon seeing the scene. His eyes darkened. They appeared. He said nothing. He just turned and left. Emily stood up abruptly, releasing Jared's hand. This was a mistake. She ran after Ryan, but he had already disappeared into the crowd. Silences and rain. Place: Boston. Emily called him. She wrote to him, but she got no answer. So she took a train and went to look for him at his office in Boston. She found him in front of his desk, with the plans extant. Busybodies, pretending to be busy. "Ryan, it wasn't what you think. I saw you with him. I don't need explanations. I just wanted to close a wound. He means nothing." You do?" There was a long silence. Then he said, "I don't know if I can trust." Emily took a deep breath. She left a handwritten letter on the table and left, under the rain that was beginning to fall. What the heart does not forget. Place: Exposé. Outdoor art exhibition, Boston. A month later, Emily continued with her life, but not with her heart. She was invited to an outdoor art exhibition to represent her company. She walked among sculptures when something made her stop. A wooden installation with chaotic forms bore a plaque, Reconstruction, by Ryan Carter, and there he was, a few meters away. He also saw her. He slowly approached. "Did you come for the invitation or by chance?" he asked. "For work, but perhaps also by destiny." Ryan looked at the ground, then at his eyes. "I read your letter every day, and I understood that real love is not based on perfection, but on the willingness to heal together." Emily felt the air return to her lungs. "So, do we still have a chance?" He smiled, took your hand, and replied, "We always had it." Epilogue. A new beginning. Place. Tuscany. Italy. 1 year later, in a small vineyard in Tuscany, Ryan and Emily renewed vows they hadn't said in loud voice, but the heart already knew. She wore a simple dress. He, a linen shirt. Without great ceremonies, only sincere promises. "Thank you for not giving up," he said to her. "Thank you for Igresar," she whispered. And in the end, what the heart had kept silent finally spoke.